welcome back, guys. Hope you are all doing absolutely amazing. I'll do that again. Let me know in the chat down below what's been your biggest bingo moment so far from the entire session. I've made so many notes. I was making notes when Jesse Lee was talking, with Stefania, Ivan, Eric, everyone. So I can see a bunch of you saying reels, CPR, link in the stories, stop trying to be original, pages of notes. I love it going live. Simple call to action, priceless, lives, reels, CPR, be messy action. Yeah, that's for sure. Dream 10. Love it. So I want to give you a tip right now that's going to help all the men out there. If you're a man, do me a favor, put a number 2 in the chat. If you're a woman and you're married to a man, drop a 1 in the chat. We always say women 1 and men 2 because, let's be honest, women are always number 1. It took two women in my life to make me a man. There we go. All right, cool. So if you're married in a relationship with a guy, I want you to teach them this strategy. And if you're the men on this call, I want you to start using this strategy, because me and Svetlana, like, my wife's Russian. She's amazing. We've never had like a full-on argument, mainly because I hate conflict and I'm like the easiest person alive, right? But there's only been a handful of times where we've had close on fights, and they've all been when I've had to take photos of her, right? Because I'm like, Svet, I got it. You look incredible. It doesn't, yeah, but it's not quite right. I'm like, oh. So there's a strategy called the yes move strategy. And all it is the man who's taking the photo, or whoever's taking the photo, is going to, then the person who's getting the photo done. So if you're getting the photo done, you're going to pose and kind of stay as still as you can. The man's going to take the photo. When he's taking the photo, he's going to say, yes, move. You move. 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 Right? It works so well. I can take 5 photos of Svetlana and 2 of them will be perfect. I don't have to take 5,000 photos. I don't have to do the like I'm doing a machine gun, sending machine guns over on her. Like, it's just yes, move. Yes, move. Yes, move. I promise you, men, you're gonna love that one, right? It takes the pressure off you. It puts it all on them. Also, master one pose. I have one pose, and it's this. That's it. That's my blue steel. Okay. Now I want to show you something real fun before we kind of get back into this. So when Eric was over here, we had the chance to go on a boat. It's always super fun. He was obviously in Dubai. I live here in Dubai, and I hope you guys can see that on your screen, right? So Eric decides to do the machine gun with me. He's like, all right, come here. Let's get some good photos. So this is what happened. Like, and then the wind direction changes. My hair, he doesn't have the problem with that, right? I think 1 or 2 of them are good. Like, my hair looks ridiculous here, but this one looks pretty good, right? This one looks pretty good. So sometimes you're forever grateful for these different kind of machine gun shots on a multiple different angles, because I can then post this as Instagram versus reality. So, like, I mean, I don't think any of them are good. Look at this bonnet up here. It looks like I've got a toupee, right? Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah. So Jesse Lee, I hope that you enjoyed the break, legend. So I've got a question for you. How many posts do you make across the social media platforms, like, on a daily basis? Because every time I hang out with you, you're not like, I think some people just think you've got like 6 phones that are like glued onto your arms and you're just like walking around, like just doing everything. But you always pay full attention to me when I never really feel that you're on your phone. So how many posts do you make on social media every day?
So first of all, I actually think I do literally have 6 phones. So there's that. No, but here's the thing: is there's tricks to all of this, right? So I do have 3 in front of me right here, just like as an FYI. So I am like a little bit of a crazy person, but to Fraser's point, there's ways to do this where you're able to do all the things, and so that's kind of what he's trying to say now. So To answer the first question, if we're talking about actual stationary posts, it's always at least, okay. I mean, this is a bit aggressive, I suppose, but there's always a video on YouTube. There's always 3 YouTube shorts on YouTube a day. TikTok, there's always at least 3 on my personal page and at least 3 on my Boss Lead Biz TikTok page, which is all just little shorts about business tips or whatever. Facebook always has at least a stationary post and always a reel and always a live, at least 2 lives. At least 3 lives. I just lied to you. Instagram has at least a photo, a reel, a live in the feed every day. And then I do somewhere between 20 to 30 stories on Facebook and Instagram every single day, and a podcast every day. So some of you are like dying right now inside a little bit. And so I want to make it easier for you. The first thing is, I've talked about this a couple of times before, and that is we all have old phones that we don't do anything with. Right. So now this is a new one. This is the 13, right? So that one is fully functional. This one as well. This is a 12. I have multiple phone numbers as well, but this one is currently recording a podcast and it does not have cell reception. What I would do is I take this little guy right here more often than not, and it serves as one of my live streams. I'll hang it off of my either a tripod or right off of the laptop right here. So if I were to hang this right here, you would have no idea. And I could be streaming live right now, but instead I'll just let it sit there and keep recording a podcast. I do utilize a webcam. It's just a Logitech webcam. And I know you utilize Ecamm Live, I think it is. And then I use StreamYard currently. I don't have any affiliation with either, so whatever. But that allows me to stream on multiple platforms at the same time, which helps. Then the other thing is the actual content itself. I do batch different things. So write this stuff down, guys. Okay. When I am feeling creative and or inspired is when I write. So Stefania kind of talked about this. She talked about when she would, she reads a good book, or maybe it was Yvonne who said it. I don't know. When you read a good book and you're like, I love it, open up the notes section of your phone and start typing captions. Okay. That's when I write captions out. That's when I think about whatever. And whatever is relevant on my mind, that's when I type those posts that I showed you earlier. Like it's so funny. A lot of times I post stuff for me. So I was having an inconsistent morning the day that I wrote the caption about consistency. I'm like, Jessie Lee, get your life together. Okay. You need to be consistent in this moment. You have been burning time. This is not like you. And I just wrote out 5 consistency tips. It's all just batched in my notes section of my phone so that I can just grab and post and grab and post. In my actual cell phone, I have albums, right? So I have an album that is just a photo shoot album. So I don't have to go looking for whatever. It's there. If there are photos that are taken specifically that I see a photo and I go, now see, I can think of a caption for that. I have a separate album called Development. Okay. And the reason it's development is just because it doesn't matter. I don't have to show you it, but like I can see the very first photo on here is a photo of me in front of a private jet. Right. So like me actually on a live video with somebody on our team in front of a private jet. Right. Like I can immediately think of the kind of business caption for it. So when I say batched content, if I record a training, I currently have maybe 60 podcasts ready to upload right away. So all I have to do is record the intro and the outro and upload before 6 a.m. If I make a post, all I have to do is grab a photo from the photo shoot album, grab a caption from my notes section, and dump it on there. My reels, Stefania already told you guys about this, but I have sounds that are saved all the time, right? So I just go on there, I go, okay, cool. If I open up my TikTok, really quickly, there's 233 drafts ready to go. So like I'm ready to post a draft at any given time. And like most of these are done, they just need to put they just need text put on them, but the whole thing is completely done. I just need to whatever, it's done. So like yesterday, I was like in a kind of funky mood yesterday. I didn't feel like creating any content. So my 3 TikToks from yesterday, because I told you I do 3 TikToks a day. The 3 TikToks, every single one is not from yesterday. You don't know that. You have no idea. I did the meal prep one that I posted. I think I filmed that like 10 days ago. That's not new. My Valentine's Day nails are almost completely grown out. So that one that I posted yesterday is definitely, I don't know, 10, 14 days old. What do I do one? It's not from yesterday. So you guys, it's more like be smart about it. Now, here's a suggestion, some coaching for you. Hi, Rakan. My suggestion for you, especially if you're part-time, are any of you part-time on here or looking for more scheduling in your life? Anybody? Yes. Okay. Pick a scheduled time of the week that you make the content. Okay. So for me, my whole life runs by a calendar. Whenever I show people my Google Calendar, they lose their mind. I'm like, what? I just like knowing what I'm doing every half hour. It brings me peace.
Me too.
Like, some people freak out. But for me, I would rather know exactly what I'm doing, where I'm supposed to be. And so what you can do is if you're like, well, I don't know. I don't have time. I have all these kids. I have, a whole husband, whatever. Like all you need to do is look in your calendar and say, okay, so Sundays between 12 and 2 is when I batch content. This is fake for me, but maybe this could be real for you, right? You get home from church, you do whatever. Maybe you look pretty, you're going to look pretty on that day. All right. Because now during the 90-day run, one of my DMOs is to get ready every day, but usually I look mostly like dump truck. And then some days really hot. Like it's like not every day. All right. But so it's very easy for me to create content right now because I'm like looking good every day. But what you can do, write this down, pick that time in your calendar, set that time in your calendar, grab multiple outfits. Okay. If you're a woman, grab multiple lip colors. Okay. So you got a whole bunch of different looks instantly done. All right. If you want, you can like grab a couple different colors to like pop some extra color here on the inside of your eye. I know this is not a makeup training, but you guys get the point. You can grab different colors of shower caps. I'm just kidding. You can grab different hats. If you do jewelry, you can grab different jewelry. So different earrings maybe. You can make a look different like this. And then those 2 hours, go through your reel sounds and make a ton of reels. Draft them all. Okay. Go through your TikTok sounds and draft a ton of them, all the trends. Okay. Anything you're doing, photo shoot, right? What did you just call it? I wrote it down. Hold on a second. Your yes move, right? Yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move. Change clothes. Yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move, change clothes. Yes move, yes move, yes move, yes move, change clothes. You'll have content for more than just a week. So for those of you who are so concerned about, oh my God, like I have no time for all of this. I tend to tell people to leave your house. You don't need a fancy photographer. Literally leave your house or at least go to a different corner of it and do your photos there. So like a lot of you overthink stuff. A little extra key, by the way, this is a side note, but it's important, is don't always have your same backgrounds in every single thing you do. That might sound weird, but like, I want to show you something. Like little stuff. So like this building I'm in right now has so many amenities, right? So like if I leave here, there's like 3 or 4 different lounge areas where sometimes I will go do reels because the background looks totally different. Okay. Or if I go outside over a balcony, I've done a photo shoot over this one balcony that overlooks a fountain. People literally are like, where is that? And I'm like, a 14-second walk. No one needs to know. But then look at this. This one's going to freak some of you out. I was like, oh, there's been too many videos of me with the exact same background. I'm talking about this. This one right here behind me. These move. So I actually switched these and I moved all the photos. Now, not like this, like I have them all over my walls. So like I grabbed photos from each of the walls and all I did was I switched up who and what's behind me to move my background, right? Little things that are super visually appealing, but it shocks me if you guys were to actually plan out and schedule what you're doing. Our business does not take that much time. Like you could really build a very full-time income in part-time hours, but you have to be really methodical about it. If you actually think about the amount of time it takes to hit post on something, if you've already pre-written a caption, it's 35 seconds to 2 minutes. If you really think about how long it takes for you to post a drafted reel, it's max 5 minutes because you might have to think about the timing of the text. It's not a half hour. It's not even 10 minutes. 5 minutes is being really extra about it, right? But I just want you to think about that because you can really fit this business in the cracks of your day. And I know I'm like little Jessie Lee psychopath, but to Fraser's point, I'm really present when I'm with people. Rakan's going crazy in the chat. I love him so much. My biggest love language is quality time, just so you guys know. So like when I was with Rakan in Vegas, I was with Rakan in Vegas. When I'm with Fraser, I'm with Fraser. When I'm with Eric, I'm with Eric. I'm very present. And so I know some of you have guilt around this whole social media thing because you think it's going to take up eons of your time. It doesn't if you're really smart about it. Yes, I work very hard, but I would say I probably work smarter than almost every network marketer. That's the key.
Sorry yeah, for sure. Tangent. And it's no. It's amazing. And I think one thing that we do is we go on Airbnb whenever we go to a different city, a different town, or whatever. We go on Airbnb, and Airbnb do like lifestyle photographers. So we'll pay like $100 for like 1 hour, and they'll basically what we'll do is they're local to the town, so they'll actually show us spots within the town that are really good for photos, and really good that like the locals know but the tourists don't. So we've done it in Prague, we've done it in Paris, we've done it in Barcelona, we've done it in London, we've done it in like all over different places. Super cheap, and the quality of the photos are amazing. And obviously, I'm getting content for my social media, but Svetlana's getting content for hers as well. And she flipping loves it. She absolutely loves it. And I tell the photographer the yes move strategy as well. Like, hey, can you use the yes move strategy? Otherwise, this is all going to go to pot because I've got my eyes closed. I'm like, I can't hold my smile all that long, right? So I would highly recommend that. One thing I don't see network marketers doing enough, though, like let's say, and this is not like a shameless plug, like it's the only book that I've got on my desk. I'm not like, my desk's not like Jessie Lee Ward's where you can just pull like a rabbit from a drawer or something like that. There's this and there's that, and there's just things all over the place. But let's say you're reading a book and you read a paragraph and you've highlighted it. Why don't you just take a photo of it instead? Highlight it and take a photo. You put that, and Jessie Lee does this as well. Put it onto your stories. Do a quick reel about it, like blah, 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 blah. I just read this in a book. It blew my mind. Boom, 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 boom. Write it in the stories. Do a live on Facebook about it. Like, show people that you're on a journey of progression. Show people you're on a journey of personal development, because people want to be around those people. People want to be around people who are growing. People want to be around people who are lifting people up, right? Again, as I said, be a fountain, not a drain. No one travels the world looking at the fountain, like looking at drains. Oh, I really want to go to Rome because, I love the drains here. No, but people will travel all over the world to Dubai, where the world's greatest fountain show is, right? You want to be a fountain, give energy, give growth. So, Jessie Lee, I've got a question for you here, because we're talking a lot about content creation and we're going to go deeper into it. But the beginning of my journey in network marketing, I needed leads like fast. Like my dad would say to me, Fraser, how are you generating leads? Are you going to go leaflet dropping? Are you going to go put postcards in people's cars? Are you going to go talk to people in the treadmill? Like, they're on the treadmill, you're on the treadmill, and you're trying to talk to them. Are you going to stop strangers in the street? Are you going to wear t-shirts and walk around the city? Ask me how, I'm so happy. Like, what are you going to do? So in the beginning of my journey, I would be actively going into Facebook groups, going onto Instagram, wasn't a thing back then, but going into Instagram, going onto TikTok, finding the content that I liked and engaging with those people and the people in the comments. And then as I kind of grew the brand, I didn't need to do that because people were coming to me. Did you have a similar journey, or has it always been attraction marketing for you?
Yeah. really fast with books for content creation that
Mhm.
will actually also help you with leads really quickly. Just because, how many of you have a book near you? Like, does anyone have any books near them? I don't only have one book. I don't have that many, but I do have 4.
Where's it coming from?
I mean, I'm like a comedian and I can't help it.
Just
I
like,
love to read.
but what is
Okay,
there like a
what-
mattress and like what?
maybe. I don't know. So much
Just
crap.
go on.
I love it. When you work from home, I just can't even.
There's another
well,
Lamborghini on there somewhere.
I mean, sheesh. So something I like to do now. I haven't even cracked this book yet. This just came in yesterday. But I've heard really good things. What I like to do in here though is a really great tip for when you're trying to repurpose for live video is when you open your book and you like something, I want you to underline what you like. I'm going to say this slow because this really will help, I think, a lot of you with content creation. What I will do is I will underline what I like. Okay. And then I'll go to the front of the book. So you can tell I've never read this book because it's brand new. So in the front cover of the book, what I'll do is I'll write like page, this is fake, but page 67. Oh, no, here. Page 66. Is there any action I can take right now to make a positive difference? I don't even know what this book is about yet. So you get the point though.
It's amazing.
And then I'll write 66. And then I'll write a little hyphen with what the live would be about. Does that make sense? So like anytime when I go, because people ask me all the time, Jessie Lee, how do you know what you're going to go live about? How do you know? I'm like, I'll literally pick up a book because clearly I have them everywhere. And I'll go, okay. All right. Page 117. Okay. Today we're going to talk about how to do your business with purpose and passion. That's what my live's going to be about. And then I'll reskim what I did. I'll take a little pen out, right? Obviously I have pens here, and I'll write down my little notes, my little outline. I still do outlines, by the way, on all my lives where I'm training. And then I go bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And that's how I've become, like Eric said, Eric, I think, called me the best tactical trainer currently in the network marketing space. That's how I do it. That's how it's done. So, okay. But to your point around leads, sorry, I just wanted to do that because I think that's going to give a lot of people a lot of value, because I know that live video is something people are constantly overthinking. And that will also work not just for live video. You guys, that's also how you can write captions. That's also how you can make any kind of content in general. But no, like I will never forget. So if we're going OG Jessie Lee, 11 years ago, 2011, when I joined Party Plan for the first time, here's something that I think a lot of you need to hear from me, because everybody knows I'm not the cold messenger. Like Jessie Lee will not teach you to cold message people. Okay. If somebody is on your social media, meaning they either follow you or they are your Facebook friend, it's not a cold message. Like you can't call that a cold message. So especially like I remember very vividly, there was a booking blitz, I think is what it was called. So this is so old school. I started in Party Plan, building in people's homes, for those of you who don't know. And I will never forget, there was this big contest where whoever could book the most parties, there were prizes involved. And I'm like, I don't know who to call. Like, I don't really have anybody's phone numbers. I'm brand new. And I went through my Facebook, and this is 11 years ago. So imagine this, not that many people. And I just messaged every single person, something super generic, like, hey, I have this new business. I don't know if you'd be interested in it. But if you'd like to check it out, I would be real, what you guys get the point. That's the scripts we always use, right? Like it might be for you, it might not be for you, but would you be open to checking it out? Like I'm looking for people to help me launch my business. And I ended up winning this booking blitz, right? I ended up winning the booking blitz. I had the most parties booked, and it really launched my business. And so for those of you who are maybe newer or trying to relaunch, I want you to get in the mindset of, if those people are on your social media and you will not talk to them, then why are they on your social media? The exception to this would be like your family, in my opinion. Your family, like I still have 0 family members in business with me. So like whatever. But aside from that, like I don't understand why we're not talking to the people in our social media. If somebody's following you on Instagram, it's not weird to message them. If somebody sends you a follow DM on TikTok, why don't you message them every single time that somebody follows you and say, hey, how did you find me? And what questions can I answer for you? If you've ever sent me a friend request on my Facebook, literally that's what it says. It would say, hey, Nicadia. Hey, Nicadia. Just thanks for the friend request. Just wondering how you found me and what questions can I answer for you? Like if you were to friend request me, that's literally what's going to happen. I'm going to message you that. Okay. And the cool thing, write this down if you want to get really good at social media. Who wants to get really good at social media? Holla at me. Yes, lots of memes. I love it. People are going to tell you where they found you. Because some of you are out there like shooting pellet guns at people and they have no idea where, like you're shooting a rifle. You're like, or not a rifle. What the heck is it? A shotgun. You're shooting a shotgun, right? Like you're just shooting, you know, all this content everywhere. You're barfing, blah, 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 all over the place. And you have not a clue where the people found you. So I started implementing that years ago because it became really useful for me when somebody would say, oh, I found you in the Frisco Moms group. Oh. Or, oh, I found you in Network Marketing Australia. Oh, I found you in Fraser Brooks's Inner Circle. Oh, I found you on Eric Worre's GoPro Accelerator. Oh, so the reason I found you on TikTok. I saw your dancing TikTok. I loved it. I don't dance, guys. That's why I said that, because some of you are in your heads about it. I watched your makeup transition. I watched this. I watched that. So instead of just continuing to shoot out shotguns of whatever, you can go, so I'm attracting and closing people from Instagram. I'm going to post more on Instagram. And then the second kind of part of that, for those of you trying to build your business, here's I'll give you, oh geez, hold on.
I think the dog might be where all this stuff is. She's going to magically appear with like a dog in a minute, and it's just going to come with all these different things. So, hey, one thing I will say is, here's what I would do. I would create a generic video, right? Where it's going to be something along the lines of, hey, legend, hey, superstar, hey, you. Record it like super sweet, super fast. Thanks so much for following me. Thanks so much for reaching out. Thanks so much for connecting. I would love to be able to get to know you better. How was it that you found me? So again, something along the lines of, hey you, hey legend, hey superstar, whatever, right? Keep it generic. Don't mention their name so you can use it again and again and again if you're obviously a short on time. So, hey legend, thanks so much for following me here on Instagram. Or then you can say, thanks so much for looking to or reaching out to me here on Facebook. I would love to get to know you a little bit more. How was it you found me? Right? So that's what you would say. You now have the video. You can save it into your favorites. What you can then do is you can then go on to Instagram. You can click on followers, right? So for those of you who missed it, go onto Instagram profile, go onto followers. And then this is in order of the most recent followers that you have. So now what I can do is I can go on here and I can message, and then I can go into my camera roll, see where the camera icon is. I can click on that and I can send them the video. Now, here's the thing. Let me know in the chat, drop a 5 in the chat if you're like me, and if you have notifications like this, you're like, I need to get rid of them. I can't have unread messages. I've got to get rid of them. I've got to get rid of them. Well, here's the fun thing. When you send someone a video on Instagram, the notification will not remove unless they actually watch the video. So they have to watch the video that you've sent to them for it to remove. So the chances of them watching the video is super high. And now they just have a video. Who's ever sent you a video to say, thanks so much for following me. Thanks so much for reaching out. Thanks so much for connecting. Like, I'd love to get to know, I'd love to connect with you more. How simple is that? It takes you 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes a day. Now, when it gets to the stage where you're getting 100, 200, 300 new followers, you won't need to necessarily do that. But you can still do it. You can still follow these principles. So again, recap: do the video, go on to followers, and then click the person, press message, send the video. That's all you have to do. Now, what about Facebook? Well, Facebook, you get the friend request. So you get the friend request. Hardly anyone sends a message. So you make sure you're obviously going to go on to, let's say Bob Jones. Let's say Bob Jones adds you as a friend, right? First of all, you're going to make sure Bob is not a body part sending specialist. You want to make sure that he's not going to be sending you photos of his body parts, right? They're all out there. There's many of them. There's a few red flags to look out. I'm not going to go through all them right now. When you hit accept the friend request, send the video. Like, hey, legend, great to be connected with you here on Facebook. Would love to get to know you more. How did you find me? I'm curious. Or what's your number one goal for 2022? Or what are you looking to achieve on social media? Or have you ever heard about company X, product Y, a sexy soundbite, right? Have you ever heard about the ketogenic diet? Have you ever heard about travel-saving platforms? Have you ever heard about anti-aging skin creams? Ask a question. Ask a question. So, Jessie Lee, I think you're back. I just wanted to fill in there whilst you were magically finding different things in your desk. I hope that you were able to follow along with some of that stuff. But yeah, I'll hand it back to you.
No, I was here. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what I was saying at the last. If somebody I can see the chat. So if someone wants to bring me back to where I was, that would be great. But I'm sure somebody will remember. But here's the thing. Somebody did ask in the chat. I saw it. They were saying, well, what if they say, well, you found me. You just kind of flip the script then. Right? Like you would just flip the script. But I will tell you, if you're creating content, I was talking about like shotgunning people. That's right. In general, then you could start putting way more effort into those same platforms. So here was your assignment. I was going to give you an assignment. Your assignment that I want each of you to do is I want you to reach out to your current customers and your current promoters, distributors, whatever you call them, your team members, and ask them where they found you. So your personally enrolled people, that is your assignment. I want you just to say, hey, Peggy, I was just wondering, where did you find me, by the way? Like where was it? Hey, Camilla, where did you find me? And if they say something like, oh, Brenda, I found you on Instagram, I want you to say, oh, cool. Like what video was it? Or was it a reel? Or was it a post? I'm just wondering. Because and maybe start with your best people, right? Start with your best customers. Start with your best promoters if you have them. Find out where you found your superstars. Because if you're trying to attract more of the same kinds of people, well, then the people, they all are going to have something in common, quite frankly. Like if you look at your personally enrolled people, I talk about this all the time on my personal frontline calls that I run. I'm like, all of you have something in common. I don't know what it is, but all of you were attracted to something inside of me or you wouldn't have joined me. So what is that? And find out what that is. It doesn't matter if you don't have quote unquote many customers or many promoters. Like, I don't even know what that is. That's very relative. That's like when people go, is it a lot of money? Well, I don't know. Is it a lot of money to Fraser Brooks? Maybe. Is it a lot of money to Eric Worre? Maybe not. Okay. Like it's relative. Everything's relative. So if you have one promoter, find out where they came from, right? And I'm talking social media right now, obviously. It wouldn't work if you're like, well, my one promoter is my mom. Okay. Like, I think we know where you met her, or she met you or whatever. But that is a really important assignment because then you can start to direct your social media content. Then you can start to say, wow, I didn't realize how many people I was closing from TikTok. Whoa, I had no idea. And especially if you're someone who drives people to other platforms, it can start to get convoluted and you'll accidentally be putting content in the wrong places. You'll think, oh, these people, I closed them on Facebook. Maybe true, but did they start at TikTok? And then you brought them from TikTok to Instagram because they followed through the link in the bio and on TikTok. And then from there, they watched you on YouTube because you had a link in your bio on Instagram and they watched a YouTube video. And then from there, they saw in your YouTube bio, follow me on all platforms. And that's when they found you on Facebook. Get down to the bottom of this because social media mastery. Yes, I know we're saying and we're shooting so much stuff at you. And I know there's a lot of different levels right here on the Accelerator in social media. But when you start to get into those little tiny nuances, that's where massive explosive growth comes from because you're no longer guessing. Then you can actually put strategies together. And that's when it's really, really powerful. Sorry, something else popped in my head, but we'll get there in a minute probably. So go ahead.
No. So for me, when I'm in the beginning, right, because I don't like waiting. I don't like waiting in any situation. I don't like waiting in queues. I don't like waiting in lines. I don't like waiting when I'm queuing up to go to the airport or onto the plane. I don't like queuing for anything. I don't like playing the waiting game. It drives me nuts. So whilst you're getting this attraction marketing thing moving, right? And it'll move faster for you in some ways than it did for us, because we were in a period of time where, there wasn't as many. When I started on social media, there was 250 million people on social media. Now there's nearly 3 billion people on social media, right? So with that being said, this is what I did. I decided that whilst I focus on my attraction marketing, I'm going to start creating some new relationships with people. I'm not going to cold message and be like, hey, join my thing, join my thing. I'm just going to go and connect with people that are going to match the content that I'm going to create. So here's what I did. I got a piece of paper, split it into 4, right? Split it into 4. And I made a list of people who I follow in terms of like high-end celebrity influencer, like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, obviously, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama. I'm just mentioning people now. Mel Robbins. So I'm going to have I'm going to split a piece of paper in 4. I'm going to have people who I follow or I aspire to be, or, people who are going to be like, if I'm talking about personal development and network marketing, these are the people I want to be connecting with, people who like them. Places that I want to visit, because obviously a lot of people in network marketing, they want to travel more, right? They want to live a better lifestyle. It's a common thing. So where are the places that I want to visit? The Maldives, Dubai, New York, Sydney, Tokyo, right? Then the third one are products that I want. So if I was to write a Christmas list right now, what would be on there? Chow Chow puppy, Chanel handbag, a man. This is not my list, obviously, right? But different things that I'm going to have on there. And then the last one are passions: yoga, golf, personal development, network marketing. And then I've now got my roadmap of where I'm going to go connect with people. Now, if I'm not talking about some of these things, I'm not going to go and connect with people in those groups. They could be in Facebook groups, Instagram hashtags, TikTok. I'm just going to use the search feature on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok about the people, the places, the products, and the passions. Now, if I'm talking about network marketing, I want to connect with network marketers. If I'm talking about books and personal development, I want to talk about other people who like personal development. If I love knitting, then I want to go and find people who are in the knitting groups. If I love yoga, and what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to ignore you, but some people are going to start seeing your content and engaging. Then you reach out to them, you build a relationship, you build a connection. But whenever you send a friend request, make sure you message them. If you were in a pub in the UK, you were in a pub around Europe, you were in a supermarket and someone just came up to you and just stared at you, you would either slap them, punch them, or throw a drink all over them. Well, you would in the UK anyway, right? So, hey, how are you? Connect with them. Don't pitch them. Don't throw a presentation down their face. Connect. All businesses conversation. All businesses connections. Connect, converse, commission. Conversations come before commissions and then after it, right? But not the other way around. Okay, Jesse Lee. Here's one thing. So, my opinion, there's a lot of you guys, if you've got a team of more than 20 people, do me a favor and write 7 in the chat, because this is one thing I don't feel that people in the network marketing space do enough of, is share their best performing posts. So like having a feed in a Facebook group or a Telegram chat or WhatsApp broadcasts of like every month, first or second, third of the month, saying, hey guys, drop the link to your best performing chat below. So that people, I mean, if you guys doing the 90-day run, you're probably just about to start your second 30 days, right? You're doing your first 30 days. Why not share all the posts, all the lives, the titles, the reels, the sounds, the stories, all the scripts, the messages, the groups, share it all with your team so they can model it. Make it easier for them to do that. Do you do anything like that, Jesse Lee? I know you do pretty much everything there is to do. Do you do any variation? She's laughing. She's like, oh yeah, I've been doing that since 2004.
Not 2004, but it's funny because yes, hell yes. So there are certain things that absolutely not only go viral, but are also very effective for your specific niche. So Stefania mentioned like the tick, tick, boom one. I did one on, mine was just on January 1st. It was something like, new year, new you starts today. So it was like, like new year, new you, starts today. What are you going to do about it or something? And it went crazy, you know, crazy for me. Like I said, I don't really go viral. I just get like a couple 100,000 views on stuff. I don't hit the Stefania, whatever. I need like more Italian in me or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. She's amazing. So I say all that to say, yes, we use guides a lot of the time on Facebook. We absolutely Telegram. Everything is in PDFs as well. And so then we'll actually hyperlink to the best practices for our entire team to copy. Things that go super, super viral, we always will send out to people. We also do, this is something you guys can do. We host power hours on our team, right? So we have 6-figure earners who multiple times a day run power hours, which are just basically step-by-step for an hour. Do this task, you have 7 minutes to do it. Do this task, you have 3 minutes to do it. Do this task, you have 2 minutes to do it. Do this task, you have 5 minutes. Whatever, you get the point. And a lot of the time, you know, these are 6-figure earners who are getting, like I said, at minimum dozens of new customers a month, at most, you know, 400, 500 customers a month. So new customers, right? And so those people are saying, hey, here's my TikTok that worked really well. Let's do it together. And so a lot of you, especially if you're finding things that are going viral, there's a lot of products that are just hitting very viral on TikTok and on Reels, you know, like go show people what you did. I know the reason you don't share it is because there's scarcity. Some of you pretend you don't have scarcity mindset, but you absolutely do. And I know it stuns you when people like Fraser and I come on here and we just give and give and give. But like, I believe in that. I believe in the law of reciprocity. I believe the more I give, the more I'll get. And so I've got no problem. That's why both of us said, like, steal it. Like, just take our reels. Like, you don't need to DM me and say, hey, Jessie Lee, like, just so you know, I'm thinking about stealing your 1099 reel that you told. Just take it. Like, just take it. And when you make $1 million and you're at the GoPro stage and you get off the stage, just say, hey, by the way, I watched you for years, ever since whatever. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. That's worth more than money to me. You know? So like, yes. All that stuff. I love the live video ideas. That's a great idea. In general, there's definitely principles for live videos. So just in your captions, you should say exactly what it is. Like 5 tips on how to sell more, you know, and then in the caption, I'll say something like share, you know, make sure to share or share and subscribe. A really great tip for live video right at the beginning for every single one of you is people are not watching for you as much as you think that they're watching for you. So what a lot of people will do when they go on live video to coach or to train or to whatever is they go on this long diatribe for 30 seconds to 5 minutes about who they are and blah, blah, blah. Like I do my intro, just like Fraser always does his intro. I always say, hello, it's Jessie Lee. You can call me Boss Lee. And then immediately, write this down. Immediately, I say the problem that I'm going to solve. You understand? Yeah. So right off the bat, I say, hello, everybody. It's Jessie Lee. Call me #BossLee. And today I'm going to talk to you about 5 tips that are guaranteed to help you sell more. If you think that that's going to be super beneficial, make sure you stay tuned in. Make sure you share the video and tag some people below. All right. So tip number 1, if you want to, you get the point. Like, people are going to know within those first 5 seconds if they're going to stay. You can also then elaborate a little bit as well. Like if it's a selling thing, I might say, here's the problem I'm solving. And then I might jump in and say, by the way, why I think that you should listen to me on how to sell more is because last month I sold over $400,000 personally. I have tens of thousands of personal customers and I want to help you do the same. Now you're like, well, what the hell? I better listen to her. I have this problem. She clearly has a solution. And now I'm going to go into it. But I think we spend too much time, like romancing almost, like there's too much foreplay in live video and people don't care. Like, just get to the point. Just jump in, tell them the solution, get to the point. Your caption should say exactly what the video is about. It'll also help you when you want to repurpose content if your caption's very clear about what you coached on. So yeah. I don't know where Fraser went. Well, his question though was, do I tell the team exactly what works? And the answer is yes, for sure. For sure. Oh, okay. He went somewhere. I didn't know he went somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So anyway, he assumed I was going to talk forever. My bad. Let me jump in here really fast. All right. So Daniel, oh God. Oh, sorry. The chat. I know I went a little Jessie Lee on you guys. For sure in live video, don't wait for people to join. Definitely no need. I didn't mean skip foreplay like that. Accelerators. Okay. That's a recommendation. You're fine. I just didn't know you weren't there. And then if you don't have the solution, that goes right back to what I talked about with books and stuff like that. Okay, guys, like whatever books you're reading and whatever, just repurpose that. If you don't have the solution to sales, then I suggest you go read some articles on how to sell more and then coach and train that. And you don't have to tell people what I said about, my accolades. If you don't have the same accolades as me, you can still coach on it. Okay. You can still coach on it.
Mm-hmm.
And and actually there's something that's newer on live video that I want to share with you right now. Cause somebody said, how do I weed out weirdos? I will tell you now on both at least Instagram and TikTok, you can actually bring somebody on as a moderator while you're live. Okay. Because there are certainly people that don't like you, that don't like me, that don't like our profession, that don't like your product, that don't like them. Really, they don't like themselves, if we're being totally honest here. Okay. Has nothing to do with you, has everything to do with them. But if you bring a moderator on, when these people come on and they're saying weird things, or they're, bring me on camera so I can show you my, no, thank you. Like whatever, you can have a moderator, especially if you're an easily distracted person, and they can actually handle those comments. On TikTok, I think you can have multiple moderators now. Instagram is definitely still one. And so Amelia is asking about on lives. Should you go live at the same time, even though it's the same followers and the same niche? For sure. Like, guys, live video is live video, live video. I love live video because I get to show different sides of who I am. Like on here, you're getting a lot of Coach Jessie Lee. Obviously, you're getting a lot more, like some of you might be a little shocked because you're like, she's kind of calm. But if you spend time with me in person, or if I'm in a coaching situation like this, I'm not trying to attract you right now. Does that make sense? Like this is my intention right now is not to make you go, whoa, she's out there. I want to follow her. Like you guys at this point, if you don't already follow me, that is just bizarre. This is the 17th exposure to me, at least probably. So it's a little strange if you haven't already followed Fraser and me. Like I got nothing to sell ya. And at this point, I feel like I know you just as much as you know me. So it's very weird if you don't already follow me. If you haven't DM'd us at this point in time, I think you are the anomaly, FYI. Okay. So like there's these different sides to our personalities. And I think that the more you show people who you are, the more sales you're going to close, the more recruits you're going to close, because the level of trust that is being built through your conversational manner can sometimes be even more powerful than your coaching. My coaching, when it's outside of this, like if I'm doing a 5-tip thing or whatever, if you've ever seen me do those, I am like hammering these people. Okay. I am so direct. In my live video, it's a different personality. It's a different version of me. It's Boss Lee, quite frankly. It's not Jessie Lee. And it's straight to the point. It's, you better follow me. Share the video. Like it's really aggressive. I'm not aggressive in person. I'm soft. I'm feminine. I'm quiet. I'm whatever. So hopefully that answers that question as well. So just reading the chat now.
So yeah, I'll share something. It's a great way for you to not only create a tool about your product or your business, but a great way if you don't get very many people turn up on your Instagram or Facebook lives, I'm going to share with you like a little kind of hack. It's a fun thing for you to do as well. So here we go. I'll share my screen here. There we go. All right. So here's what you're going to do. We're gonna go into your profile. We're going to hit the plus sign in the top right-hand corner, and we're going to do a story. Okay. So profile, plus sign, story. Okay. And we might just we could say something. Hey, legends, do me a favor. If you have any questions about the product that I use, that I talk about from time to time, let me know in the chat. If you don't like doing the video, you can hit the 3 dots and the draw feature, select a color, and then tap and hold the screen. It'll just black it all out. Right? If you want yellow, you can do that. Right? Now, I'm just going to discard this because otherwise people are going to be thinking, hang on a minute. Let's do that. Right? So let's go black. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go the stickers, and I'm going to hit questions. Ask me anything about the products I use. Right? For example. Okay, we're going to put that in the middle. Then we're going to press next. Now, my my followers are going to freak out because they're going to be like, what's he talking about? But you guys are going to know because we're in this training right now. So I'm going to post this onto the story. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, but Fraser, I don't get anyone engaging in my questions. Like, whenever I put questions in, like no one ever engages. It's super, super, super annoying and frustrating. Everyone says that the question box is so cool. Right. But you can type something yourself. No one's going to know. How much is it? Sent. Does it help with XYZ? Obviously, be compliant if you've got strict compliance in your company. Sent. How do I get involved? Sent. What or why is it so expensive? Sent. Now, what we're going to see is we're going to see all these questions, right? Thanks for you guys who are commenting on here as well, right? So we're going to see all these questions. Now, this is what we're going to do. We are now going to go and hit the plus sign. We're going to hit the live. And we're going to go live. And we're going to answer these questions. Watch what happens. Now, all my followers are going to, here we go. We're doing this for demonstration purposes, okay? Hey, legends. Fraser Brooks here, coming to you live from Dubai. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the questions that I've been getting asked about the products that I use frequently. So what I'm going to do is and you guys who are watching this right now, I'm going to hit the question mark bubble, right? I'm going to hit that bubble. Oh, and we might see some of the questions that we put on here. Oh, I've got to try and find this one, right? Remember this one? Why is it so expensive? I'm going to click on that, and it's going to appear at the bottom. Doesn't say who it's from. It just tells me. So now I'm gonna answer it. Blah 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 blah. The products in network marketing is so expensive because it's not just the product that you get. You get the community. You get the on-demand support. You get extra value. You get this. You get this. It's not just a receipt and a have a good day. It's so much more than that. It's accountability. People pay thousands of dollars for accountability. You're getting it a lot cheaper with your network marketing product, right? Now I'm going to press the X. And now I can share that onto my feed, which then gives me the ability to tag people in it, share it to other people, have people share it, have people save it, because I'm coming up with the questions. I've written the questions myself, and I'm answering them short, sweet, concise. Now you might be thinking, yeah, but I don't use Instagram. I use Facebook more. We'll go live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time and say, hey, Fraser Brooks here, coming to you live from Dubai. In today's video, I want to share with you 5 of the most frequently asked questions that I get about my products that have been asked here in the questions box. If you're on Facebook, I'm going to be answering them from Instagram, right? That's all you've got to say. And now it's going to be shared onto my feed. I'm obviously going to delete it. Otherwise, everyone's going to freak out. However, I'm going to make it even better for you here because there's a new feature where you'll see on mine, just below my bio, there's a little schedule here, right? There's a little schedule here. Live video, big news. So here we go. I'm going to go live again. I'm going to hit the plus sign in the top right. I'm going to hit live. And I'm going to see where I'm kind of pointing now. It says schedule. Schedule. Add in the top right. You guys get the recording and the replay on this, so happy days. Let's just go big news. I'm just doing this for the sake of doing this. Big news, right? Start time. Let's go today at 3 a.m. because it's nearly 2 a.m. here in Dubai. Let's go. All right, done. Schedule live video. And there we go. Share later. Oops. And now there we go. We've got 2 event reminders. Okay, so now people can start. If I can't do it on my own, but if people come on here, they can set the reminder. So they're going to get a notification to see this. But it gets even better. Not many people know this one. But if you then hit And I know I'm moving fast, guys. We are short on time. We've got a lot to fit in. I can click the plus sign again. This time I'm going to make a post on my feed. Let's go this photo of me and Eric. I'm going to press next. I'm going to press next again. I can write a caption. I can tag Eric and myself. But you see this where it says add reminder? I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to select the big news that I just mentioned before. So I could put in here saying big news is coming soon, right? And then I'm going to press share. Watch what happens. I might not be able to show it because I'm on my own feed, but you see the little bell sign that's in the top right-hand corner? When people go onto this post, it will say, it says here, but it will say something like set reminder. And now I've made a post.
It says today. Oh, sorry. I can see it from mine. If you guys look at it, there's a little bell. It says today at 5 o'clock, and you can subscribe to it where it then says remind me.
Mm-hmm. So whenever you know you're going live, there's two options. Option one is you're just going to go live because you got something on your mind and you're just going to do it. But if you know you're going to be going live because it's in your diary at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. tonight, set a reminder, make a post about it, make a story about it, go all in about it. And Jesse Lee does this really, really well. Bring other people on. Bring other people on if you need to, because they're going to people are going to be appreciative of that. I mean, Jesse Lee gets a crazy number of people on her lives, which is amazing. I know that was super fast, and I'm sorry if it was way too fast. You are going to get the recordings of this. We're super, super, super short on time. And I don't want to make that tough for you guys, but follow those things because it's these little differences that are going to take you from the amateur to the pro on social media. So
Fraser, can I jump in real quick?
Brand new.
Hey, how are you? You guys are doing amazing.
Loving life. Good.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just jumping in for a second. I want you to continue. But if you're getting value from this, put a number 7 in the comments. You getting value? If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, put a 100 in the comments. Now, listen. The principles that we've been doing since the beginning. Some of you are trying to figure this out, right? And this is a new thing for you. Some of you are like, this is like a fire hose of information. It's too much. Like, I'm freaking out. Some of you are like, I don't even understand social media. You're freaking out, right? Same process. Just breathe, number 1. No shame, no guilt. Progress is perfection. You might need to crawl before you walk, before you run, before you sprint. Okay? It's okay. You can pick one of these strategies, master that, then pick another little strategy, master that, then pick another little strategy, master that, okay? So I just want you, I'm watching, as these guys are doing this, I'm watching some of the people are like writing notes. Some of people are like, this is way too fast. Some people are like, this is so far over my head. It's unbelievable. So you're going to have a recording of this so you can watch, and I would recommend watch over and over and over. And look, how do you learn? Do you learn by listening to these guys and taking notes? How do you learn? What's the number one way to learn? Put it in the comments. By doing. So they're teaching right now, but you're not going to learn this until you go do it. And then do it again, and then do it again. Okay, I got that one. Then you can model some other people. Then you can teach this. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Learn one little tiny strategy, like what Fraser just did, which was genius. This whole question thing. Answer your own questions. Genius. Super smart. Once you learn this, right, by doing, then go teach it. Teach that one little concept to your team. Even if you have one person on your team. Teach it to them. Then go get the next one. Teach it again. Then go get the next one. Teach it again. Then go get the next one. Teach it again. Okay? So don't feel like you have to master all of this stuff that these guys have mastered over the course of years that you're going to master in 15 seconds or while you're sitting here taking notes. Like, how am I going to learn all this? You're going to learn it by doing it. Okay? So just breathe, shake it out. You got this. Going to be fine. Going to be fine. All right? So anyway, I just wanted to interject for just one quick moment. Let you guys continue. Keep rocking. And just know at the top of the hour, we've got Eric Thomas coming in. And Fraser and Jesse Lee are going to be with us all year, just so you know. We got 4 different workshops. We're going to be doing stuff over the course of time. We'll be popping in here and there, doing little pop-ups and whatever. So we got you. We got you. Here's what I want to plant a vision in your mind for a moment. Imagine by the end of the year, from learning, doing, teaching, and modeling, that you are a social media superstar. That you have these skills down by the end of the year. And you just, okay, I got this. And once you have this skill, even if you have a tiny little following right now, if you have this skill, you never have to worry about finding people to talk to, ever. You have way more people to talk to than you'll ever have time. Okay, so just know this is a life or a business skill set that you're learning here. And you just, how many feel a little bit better? Put a number 3 in the comments if you feel a little bit better. All right, good. All right, back to you guys.
I love it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, that's
No.
like all of you can commit to doing that. I know that was so whoa, but if you take one little step from that, I mean, it's huge. To elaborate on something that Fraser said that I do a lot, and this is one of the things that has certainly built my following again a lot, is when I go live on Instagram, which I'm going to start scheduling them. I've known about it. I've just never done it. So I'm going to be coachable and do it too. Here's what happens when you do 2 things. Okay. So maybe write this down. When you're live on Instagram, there are 2 ways for you to get further up in the actual feed. Okay. Lives in general are going to be like right now, literally nobody I follow is live. I would know because they would be up here. Isn't that crazy? So for those of you who are asking if live video is still important, the answer is yes. People still don't use live video enough. It's crazy. So of all the people I follow, 0 people are live right now. Unbelievable. 0. So if I'm live, I'm already going to be, I would be your very first story. I would be where this guy right here is. This is where you would find me. Okay. And it would have a little live bubble around my face. It would be orange. Okay. Here, check this out. This is where it gets really powerful. On top of when you're live, if you have done the question and answer like Fraser just described, you get further prioritized by Instagram. So let's say that you have, look, so now there's 2 people live. Oh, and you're both in the Accelerator. Okay, look, point proven. 2 people I follow that are in the Accelerator right now. Good job, Colton, and good job, Catherine. I know you're in the Accelerator. So look, do you see how both of them went live immediately? I know my webcam is trying to focus on it, but whatever, you can see them. They're right there. So now they're prioritized. Now, all the accelerators are going on. Now my whole feed is full. Now watch this though. Here, okay, so stay live, the 3 of you now that are live that I follow. Okay, what I want you to do, and now Emma T is okay. Now my whole thing is all accelerators that are live. Go under the comments. So when you're live, do you know how at the bottom, those of you who are live right now, listen to me and follow my instructions because I want to prove a point. Hit the little question box if you did the question thing, and bring up somebody who has questions typed. Because Instagram is going to prioritize you. Instagram is going to put a purple circle around your, let's see who's going to do it first. Okay. It's going to put a purple circle around where it's already colored in live. I'll just show you guys as soon as it's done, because I know it's going to be like a little short delay. It'll pop up in a second. That's what you can do to prioritize in case there's a lot of people live. And then, so that'll build your following because it's pushing. But then my big thing I do, this is big in my opinion. I'm waiting for one of them to do it. None of them have done it yet, but that's okay. Maybe they just didn't have any questions. But one thing that I will do is I will bring people on live. I do live coaching, and I know that will give a lot of you heart palpitations. So maybe it doesn't have to be that. But when I do live coaching, like right now, if I were live and I brought Fraser Brooks as an example on my live video, it will push me to Fraser's people as well. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it will literally show you, hey, Jessie Lee Ward is live with Fraser Brooks. Fraser Brooks is live with Jessie Lee Ward, right? So then it pushes to both people's feeds. Does this make sense, guys? So if you want to build your following, so like I was talking to Fraser the other day, and I do these live coachings. I brought a man on. I don't know if he's on here. This like, I didn't know it was like a very handsome man. Okay. I brought somebody on. He ended up being an Herbalife distributor. Okay. And I was like, whoa, like I was very taken aback on my live video. I was like, hold on a minute. I wasn't expecting all this. Oh, wow. And all of a sudden my viewers went from like 350 live viewers or something. It shot up to 500. I didn't know he had a big following. Okay. And all of a sudden, all these people started following me because I was giving their coach really good live coaching. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? So you can build your following. And some of you are like, I could never do that. But what I'm really trying to tell you is that the collaboration is currency on social media. I want you to pay attention to who's congruent with what it is you do in your brand. And you can leverage each other. You all have value that you can offer each other. And another really great idea for content creation that I wanted to say earlier, and the time has kind of passed for it, but I really want to bring it back in because it's super important, I think, is if there's something that is not necessarily your company, but it makes sense in your brand. I'm going to ask you guys if that makes sense. I'm going to read your chat really fast. So like, how many of you, like skincare as an example, how many of you sell skincare? Doesn't even have to be skincare. A lot of you do. Oh, it just makes sense. You were saying, okay, I'm just going to give you a skincare example or makeup. All right. I like makeup. I like a lot of stuff. I don't sell any of that, but you can go to big brands. I'm going to say it slowly because I want you to get this. You can go to big brands and you can look at their user generated content. UGC is what it's literally called in the ad world. Okay. User generated content. It will say ad or sponsored next to it. The reason these are prioritized by those big brands is because they convert. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you right now? I'll give you an example. There are skincare tools, right? Like these vibrators, basically, but for your face. Oh my God. Sorry, Eric. You know what I'm trying to say? There are these. God. Okay. You can go look on, and some of you sell these, you know, like New Skin. If anyone's in New Skin, you sell like the face thing, the Lumi Spa. It's like a face. It vibrates on your face. It cleans all the stuff out. It anti-ages you. It does whatever. You could go to some of these big box brands that sell skincare, and you can watch their user-generated content, and you can rip exactly what they do, but with your own product. Does that make sense? The only reason you're seeing it on those big brands' pages is because it's been converting for those big brands. Half of you want, maybe not half, a bunch of you sell hair care. I know you do. There are competitors in the hair care space that are not network marketing. That if I sold hair care and I sold hot tools and if I sold shampoo and hairspray, I would not be trying to come up with creative ideas that may or may not work. I would be going to the pages of the big hair brands in the e-commerce space, and I would be duplicating their exact content Does that make sense? But with my products, are you all following along? And if you don't have a product, there are still services that do the exact same thing. I just want you to be a little more like, it's being savvy. It's working smarter, not harder. A lot of you are working really hard at trying to come up with content when you could literally go to, I'm going to use, a lot of you are very confused for some reason. So let me say it in a different way. I'm actually going to use brands for a second here. Okay. If you sell Monet, let's bring this back. If you sell this, okay? Okay. If you sell this, do you know whose pages I would be watching? I would literally be on Lange's social media like a little spy. And I would look at their user-generated content. All that means is the influencers that they use to sell their stuff. Okay? And as soon as I see how these people are selling their straightening iron, okay, because my hair's straight today, I would literally take the exact words that they use. I would like, oh, look at my hair. Do you want to know how my hair looks so freaking perfect all the time? Here's all you need to do. You guys have got to go to the link in my bio because check this out. Watch. Do you see how kinky and terrible it is? All you need is this Monet straightener. And all you do is you hold it here. I like to use it on heat 300 degrees and slowly pull. I'm making it up. Okay. I would copy the exact language because the reason it's being highlighted and they're putting literally millions of dollars in ad spend behind that user-generated content is because it converts. You all are marketers, network marketers. Hello. Be smarter about this. You're welcome.
I think it's funny. We got Q&As you can do in lives, interviews you can interview. One thing I used to do is something called Fun Friday. So on Fridays, you would partner up with someone. You would basically give 3 questions. So you put it in your Facebook group, Fun Friday today. You can do it between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. in the time zone that you're in. 3 questions. These are the questions you've got to ask. So you partner up with you and Bob, and you would interview them on your profile, and then you can flip it around and they interview you. You just ask the 3 questions. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's it. Because if people can see you, they'll buy from you. If they can't see from you, they won't buy from you. So what are you doing on a daily basis to get seen ahead of other people? I know Jessie Lee mentions it quite a lot, where she's going live and she's doing 17 Facebook lives and 42 TikTok lives and 187 Instagram lives. She's being seen more than anyone else. And it shows in the following and the raving fans and the results that she gets. So Fun Fridays with demonstrations, how-tos, interviews, Q&A sessions. One thing that I would say, this has been the thing that's helped me establish what I need to post about, is I have a very simple spreadsheet. And I don't want to scare you off. I'm not like an analytical type. I'm not really like really into details so much, but I struggle because I was thinking, how do I keep improving the amount of engagement that I get on my social media posts? So what I do is that when I make a post, I set an alarm on my phone for 24 hours after. Now, it takes some time getting used to it, but I promise you it will benefit. So I make a post, I go on the spreadsheet, and I'll just type in like selfie, and then I'll date it. So what platform was it? The date. And then 24 hours after, when the alarm goes off, I go onto Instagram or Facebook, and I make a note of the number of likes or loves, the number of comments, number of shares, and then the number of views if it's a video, right? So the post, what platform, what time I posted it, then the likes or loves, comments, shares, views. And what you'll find within about 30 to 40 days, you will start to identify what kind of posts do really, really well. I know that if I do a photo with Svetlana, it just absolutely skyrockets. I know that if I do a quote on Facebook, it absolutely flies. I know that if I do a photo from stage, although I might look really, really cool and like, wow, he's on stage in front of thousands of people, it always does absolutely awful. And I know that, so I could tell you exactly before I post something whether it will be a hit or not. If you can't tell that, it's because you've got no data to tell you otherwise. So that's just a really quick tip that I would say to do and implement. Just start using it right now. If there's only one thing you do, obviously you could go live and do the stories and start with that, but start tracking the posts that you're doing, and you'll be able to look back in it a year from now and go, you know what? I'm getting more engagement. I'm getting more friend requests. I'm getting more views. Super, super simple, but it's something that you can implement. Jessie Lee, we have about just less than 5 minutes to go. What would you say to the guys listening in? Because there's stories. Stefania gives some great tips about stories. And here's what I'd say. If someone is engaging in your content, how are you converting them into someone who wants to look at the product, look at the business, or buy the product, buy the business, join the team? What would you say to those people in the messenger?
Yeah, so I want to hit really fast because I think it's super important on what you just said about paying attention to what works really well for you. So interestingly enough, when I pitch product and I pitch opportunity, it is not when I convert. I'm going to say that again because some of you, like, you didn't listen. I don't convert when I'm pitching the product and the opportunity. I just do it consistently because I want people to at least know that I have an opportunity and that I have a product to sell. When I sell the most is during my casual late night. And by late night, I don't stay up late. So it's like 8 o'clock at night, what I call tea times. And I have seen some of you in the Accelerator implementing these. You're calling them different things, which is perfectly fine, obviously. But these late night, this blah, blah, blah chat, this whatever, I am super casually conversing with people. I'm updating them on my life. They can do a question and answer about whatever they want. I am packing up products. I am reorganizing my office. I am moving around whatever, and I'm just talking to them. And I'm answering questions sometimes that aren't even really being asked. I feel like I told you guys this before. You know your commonly asked questions. And so when I am live just chit-chatting with, it's men too, by the way, but just chit-chatting with my followers, I am crushing the closing. Now, there are things you can do to make your life a lot easier right now on social media, specifically talking about Instagram at this moment in time, that sell a lot for me, recruit a lot for me. Like, as an example, somebody in the chat way earlier was like, I don't see Jessie Lee's products on her social media. That's not true, by the way. Okay. Every single day I have I was looking at a meme of somebody's. I have my product on my social media every single day. I'm just going to show you really fast. Okay. So here is I just took this photo when Eric came on. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the photo is. I just want to show you how I do this. And I sell, a ton of product from what I'm about to show you. Okay. A ton of product because people want simplicity in 2022. Up at the top, you have, sorry that I can't share my screen like Fraser, but you have the little box thing that you guys always see, right? This little smiley face thing. Hit the smiley face. And then every single one of you now has this feature here that says, oh, whoops, what the heck? Not selfie sticker. We don't want that. This little guy here that says link. Do you see it here where it says link? Every single one of you can hit this guy that says link. I know it might be not that clear because whatever, but the amount of people that when I click on that, just test it on your own phone and you can put your own little link in there. So my little link, and I always click on the bottom where it says customize. It says customize sticker text. You can say whatever you want. Grab your product here. Done. And you can now have a link directly on your story, just like Stefania was talking about. She links her team trainings for people so they can just click. That makes so many sales. So many sales. But I got to go back to when Fraser and I were talking. This is a long-term game. Okay. I didn't get sales every day like I do every day when I first started. Okay. This is from years and years of consistency. But how much are you reaching out? How much are you utilizing things like yes or no polls to find out who's interested? How many times are you asking the question and answer like he just showed you to at least find out? And are you keeping a list of people who say that they're interested in your business? You understand? Because then you're going to have so much to follow up with. And it might not be day one, but it is going to be consistent. And you'll start to learn what stories work for you. People like that I mix up my product every single morning in front of them. They like that they start to learn the sounds and the music that I put behind it. They start to pay attention to, like, if I ask you guys right now, what is the one exercise no matter what I do every day? A bunch of you in the chat will be able to answer that. I already know. Like if I say, what's the exercise that I post like every day in my Instagram story? There you go. Boom. Took 2 seconds. Stairmaster, 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 Stepmaster, Stairmaster, Stairmaster, Stairmaster. Every day. Because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. People do business with people that are consistent. People do business with people that they learn to rely on. You want more customers. All social media really is showing people who you are as a business owner. And they're going to make the decision of whether they trust you to be their business partner or if they don't. And that isn't by having perfectly purveyed content. I know some of you think it has to be beautiful. It doesn't. Most of my content is hideous. I just got a webcam like 2 months ago. Fraser. This is new, man. If I just got a webcam, like, hello. You don't need editing apps to do reels. You don't need, so I know half of you freaked out when Stefania's like, I use a Lightroom and a this and a this. Fraser and I both texted each other when she said the app she uses. We both giggled. We're like, Facetune? Like, what? You think I don't even know how to put a filter on my photos. I don't know how to do any of that. Like, Lightroom? Nope, not me. Nope.
Yeah.
Done is better than perfect. If you learn nothing else out of this today, for me and Fraser, the biggest gift you could give us is just post. Just learn, just do. Yeah. Just post. Do it messy.
Do it. Guys, we appreciate you so much. I know it's fast, furious, maybe a little bit messy at times. I know it's different skill set, different skill levels, experience levels. Jessie Lee, I appreciate you. I learned so much from you by just watching and observing what you're doing. And guys, do it. Like go and absorb and follow everything that we do and post, and you'll soon catch up, and you just up level in skill. But you guys are such an incredible group. You're so engaged that like the numbers of people on the rooms just haven't dropped at all, which has been impressive. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for listening in. Eric, thanks so much for having us. As always, we appreciate you. And
who would drop off of this? Are you crazy? They'd be insane. Show some hands if you got some value, folks. Come on, give them some love. Throw some stuff into the chat if you got some value. These people are unbelievable. They're amazing. They're our special friends. And I'm going to put them on the spot. How many of you would like from time to time to bring one of them onto our dailies just to do Q&A, just to answer questions about this stuff? Okay, if I will lean on them to see if maybe I can pull that off. I got a taste of this time zone thing that Fraser. I have a different appreciation for the time zone thing that Fraser goes through. He's 2 a.m. right now in Dubai.
So are you.
Out of pure love. Yeah, so am I. It's true. Out of pure love for you. And Jessie Lee, I know she's pounding it. So this is a major investment that she's made of her time in order to be able to support you and help you for doing that. And this is a gift of love from both of them to you and to me. They're doing this out of contribution to the profession. So I love them both for that. Thank you both very much. Big hugs, big kisses. And again, give them a big round of applause, everybody, if you got some value here. And if you didn't, I don't know what is the matter with you because you're not paying attention. All right. How we doing? Somebody got to tell me. Okay. Now listen.